Over the first couple of practices, no pads. What are you really looking for? Is it technique? Is it lining up properly?
Yeah, I think you can get a lot done when you have shells on. When you have helmets on, you got to be real careful without the shells on. You have to be real careful about guys banging shoulders. So until you get those shells on, I think you got to be careful. But I think there's so much you can do from a technique standpoint in terms of proper posture, proper hand placement, those type of things. You know, we've spent a lot of time, believe it or not, talking about how to do walkthroughs correctly, because I think you can lighten the physical load and accelerate the mental load. And what we've tried to do in those walkthroughs is make sure that they're organized, that they're efficient, that the guys are taking their proper steps. So when you're not going quote unquote live, you can really work on your alignment, you can work on your assignment, can still work your technique, but those techniques are really being driven home in their individual periods. I think it's interesting, Scott, because I go back to 2020, we didn't have preseason games, so we truly did have a ramp up. So we're trying to, within the framework of the rules, think about the right way to do this to get the football team ready to play and to try to minimize injury as best you can. As we all know, injuries can happen at a moment's notice, but what's the safe way to ramp up to get ready to play football? And we got a Jacksonville game that's coming around the corner, so you do have to accelerate that to a certain extent to get the team ready to play, but trying to be real smart about how you begin camp, because we know it's a long camp, it's a long season, got longer by a game last year, so taking all that into account as we start to prepare for the season.
Do you think it'll feel different tomorrow when the fans finally get there?
It always does. It does. You know, the players love playing in front of the fans, and we're excited to have, you know, it'll be my first training camp where it's a true open camp and you have both sides of the field with fans. I think it was a little bit more muted with just one side and that type of thing. So I'm looking forward to that energy that it brings, because it does ramp up the energy that the players then have.